Mystical Love and Light here. I am going to be doing a protection bottle, and this protection bottle is for our own property. I will do a protection bottle like every other year, or if I think I need it every year, I'll do it every year. So this is a protection bottle. Some people call it a witch's protection bottle. It's however you want to look at it, or however you want to say it. All the ingredients that I'm going to be using in this bottle, and I did write on it, protection bottle. All the ingredients I'm going to be using in it is for protection. Even though this is my bottle, I did put this on it. You never know, maybe 10 years from now we decide to move somewhere. Maybe new owners will be digging up a garden and find the bottle, and so they don't freak out if it says witch's protection bottle. I don't even know what to tell you. So just to keep that from happening, from anybody freaking out, in case somebody digs up a utility line or something, I don't know what all they dig up in the ground, but I put protection bottle. Okay, I've seen other videos where people dig stuff up and they're like got the gloves on and they're like, oh my god, what is this? You know, is it a spell? Is it witchcraft? And I'm looking at what they're pulling out and I'm thinking, that's a protective bottle, but they don't know that. So I did mark it protection bottle. Okay, so every one of the ingredients is for protection. Now I will start off with, I don't need to go over the ingredients because they're all going to be geared toward the same thing for protection. And this is so that this will be buried. Now the green plate is to represent for the intent, because to be buried in the earth. So that's the reason I'm using a green plate. More of the visual. And it's just so that the prayer will be for no harm, no conflict will come our way. No negative energies is to come our way. And so this is going to be buried in the middle of the property. North, south, east, and west, the middle of the property. Now, if there's a building, a shed, or whatever in the middle of the property, then I will put it the closest to the middle of the property. I know where I'm going to bury it in the middle of the property, but in case you're doing your own, and you're like, well, whatever the middle of my property, my house is sitting there, just know you can bury it the closest to the middle of your property. Okay? And that way it's just more centered of the north, south, east, and west. So I will start off with putting some Himalayan salt, and probably the smaller pieces that I need is going to be way down at the bottom. So let me kind of do this so the smaller pieces will be there where I can get to them. Now, so that I don't forget to mention it, by the time you see this video, some time would have gone past, because I'm like about a month ahead on the videos. And there is a full moon tonight. Tonight is the 22nd. That's when I'll be putting my waters out, my oils out that I've made in between then. I will put those out. And this is going to be buried on the property tonight. My husband will go out there with me and stand over me, make sure no bears or the coyotes or the foxes or all them things that come out in the night, so that way they're not out there creeping up on me while I am doing this. Because also too, the prayer not only protects us, the humans, the prayer is to protect our animals that live with us and any animals that's on the property. Because even though it's a bear or coyote or a fox or a wolf or whatever, they have just as much right to be on the property. Now, don't ask my husband that. He'll have a whole different thing to say to you. It's just me, because I'm protecting the animals. So, I've got 3 pieces of the Himalayan salt. It's going to go in here. These don't have to go in any kind of order. Okay? I have got 4 stick pins here. There's a red one, a yellow one, a green one, and a blue one to represent the 4 elements. The fire, the earth, the air, and the water. So the heads are got the colors on them. And those are going to go in. Anything you put in sharp, it's supposed to like deter any negativity that's coming your way. So I'm going to put one facing up, one facing down. They'll eventually move around, but that's my intentions on putting them that way, where the point's pointing one way and the point's pointing the other way. Since I've got the pins in there, this is dragon's blood incense cones in here, and I am going to cleanse the bottle. It's got the salt and the pins in it. I think you can see that on the camera. Okay. And then I am going to put rose thorns. The thorns, anything that's pokey, jabby, anything like that, is going to represent keeping the negative entities away. And I don't know if you can see that. It's got the little thorns on it. So I am going to put 3 of them in. You can see that one better. Put it on my hair where the background is, and you can see them better. That's going to go in. And to say, in here is the dragon's blood incense. So I wanted to show you what was in there. I'm going to put 3 pinches of fennel seed. 2, 3 pinches of fennel seed. Three pinches of ground coriander. I'm going to try to take the lid off, that piece off, because I don't need that. Always have Athame on hand. If I remembered this was on it, I would have already taken it off, but I did not remember. So I'm going to put 3 pinches of it. I got it off. I'll just throw it away. I don't really need that on there. 2, 3. And we'll go ahead and do a prayer over the part that I've got done so far. Whole peppercorns, and I'm going to put just 3 of those. Without dropping it. Sage. Say all of these ingredients are protective ingredients. And I'm going to use 3 pieces of it. That's 1, 2, and 3. And I am going to use 3 pieces of the sage stick. 1, 2, and 3. I can put back in. Okay. Next, let me get my here. I'm going to light the black candle because I'm going to use some of its wax, and I'm going to burn the white candle that is my working candle. I want it away because I want to get some of that wax from it also. Okay. Next, I am going to, these are some clear quartz crystal chips, and I'm going to put 3 of them in it and try to find the 3 biggest pieces. That's well, my nail's in my way. So that's 1. 2, and I need 1 more that's bigger than that. Bigger one in here. There we go. And 3. And 3. So before I go any further, I want to use some of the candle, the white candle, for protection. And since this is my working candle, I have used it many times as I'm doing protection prayers. And so I felt like I wanted to put some of the wax inside of the candle. You don't need a whole lot. My intentions are for the protection. Okay. I also want just a little bit of the black candle wax to dispel any negativity that comes our way. Doesn't have to be a lot because I'm going to put some on top also. Let some more of that burn down. And now I've got the thistle, and you can see how pokey it is, and I'm going to put some of that in it. Now, I normally put 3 pinches of something or 3 pieces of something. The thistle here, it's very, very pokey. I am going to just see if I can, get a stem here and put the whole stem down in it without poking myself. It's a good thing I got fingernails. And that's 2. I'll use the lid to push it down. You don't want to do that with your fingers. And 3. Okay. And again, that was the spear thistle. You can see what it's looking like so far. Now, I've got red brick here, and I have got railroad spike here, and I want to get some of the railroad spike off of here, like the iron part, the metal part. So I am going to do this. Let's see. And that's okay if it's got rust on it, because if I had a rusty nail, I would have put it into it for the metal. Also sell these spikes too. Just hit me up over here on YouTube and I will give you the price and everything on them. Hopefully you can see all that in there. And I'm going to do the same with the red brick also too, because this came from a building which I want to protect my homestead, my land and my home. And so that's the reason I am incorporating the red brick into it, for my protection of my homestead and my land. Don't need a whole lot. So you can see that. So we've got them both here. Three. So. Okay. And that will complete the ingredients inside of it. And again, I pray that no harm or conflict comes our way, to our home or our property, to anything living or coming on this land. All negativity cannot cross, negativity cannot stay, negativity energies must leave. No negativities is allowed inside the perimeter of our property and our home. Let's see. This will be buried tonight. Today's the 22nd. It's a full moon, and it will be buried. And I want to just pour some of this on it. The black candle wax is to dispel all negativity. So I'm glad my husband is here overnight tonight. I kind of waited to do this so that it could be buried on the full moon, so it's good that he's here. If he wasn't here, then I would have waited to another full moon when he was here, only because of where we're at. Normally it doesn't really bother me to go out and do anything, but he makes me promise that I don't go out by myself after dark. And this should be good. Okay.
How do you turn the flash on?
You pull this down, right there's a flashlight, and just touch it and do the same thing to turn it off. Okay. And this is the finish results of it. And it will be buried tonight. Today's the 22nd, so it will be buried tonight on the full moon. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Blessed be. I'll probably have to get up to do this.